Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. I'm getting feedback in my earbuds. Whoops, let's fix that. I don't know if you guys can hear me, actually. I don't think you can. Dang it, what's going on here? Oh man, this is going well. Let's see if this fixes it. Oh, maybe. No. Gosh, updating computers messes things up. Maybe that. There we go. I think that works. Yeah, that works. We got it. I think we're live. I think we're actually live. And oh dang it, my tablet decided. Everything is not working today. Gosh darn it. Hold on 1 second, people. I'll do the intro in a second. There we go.
Sure,
hey guys, it's Bumper. Hope you're having a great day today, and if not, hopefully I can make things a little bit brighter. And welcome to our Genshin Impact live stream. Today is a very chill day. Today we're just going to be doing probably what's going to be a simple little event. Nothing too groundbreaking, I'd imagine, for the lore. We're going to be doing the Thelxie's Fantastic Adventures, I believe it's called. I'm sorry, it's such an interesting pronunciation that I can't remember how to pronounce it. But anyway, the 4.2 flagship event with supposedly a penguin. One of my favorite things. I love penguins. I love penguins. I love penguins. I love penguins. Apparently there's a robot penguin, and I love penguins, so this is going to be one of my favorite things in a while, probably. But anyway, let's get started off with this, because I've been late to this stream due to me not being able to organize stuff correctly. But why don't we just get started with this quest? Thelxie? I don't know how to... We'll probably find out in the quest how to pronounce it. But let's head over, and we might get a little bit of stuttering / freezing from the game, since for some reason Genshin lately has been, for the first few minutes of me playing the game, it'll do that, like a little bit of just like lagging / glitch. No, not glitching, freezing, you know. I don't know why. I guess the files have been getting too big in Genshin. I'm probably gonna have to delete some stuff off my computer to make room for this dang game, because this dang game is getting big. Man, I feel bad for the mobile users. Just like at this point, I can't believe any of you can even play this game anymore with how big it's getting. Like, seriously. My phone wouldn't have even been able to handle this in the beta days. Yet somehow you're expected to handle it now. Yeesh. They really should just I think probably at some point they're going to have to cut off the mobile with how big it's getting, because I don't know if anything at a certain point is even going to be able to fit it on mobile, you know? Yeah, that's going to be tough for some people. Okay, so I can't remember your name, but I've talked to you a few times. Delaroche. Right. You're the fishing lady.
That can't be right. Oh, but what if they're real after all? No, that can't be. But what if there's a chance?
Greetings, miss. Is there something that's bothering you?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm Delaroche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help you?
Yeah, I've met her before game. I've talked to her like 10 times. I've already gotten the weapon and all the refinement materials from her for Fontaine's fishing weapon. You don't need to introduce her to me, game. Anyway, we received your commission request.
Oh, so you're adventurers. Oh, finally. Someone has heard my prayers.
I think that's actually one of the Melusine voice actors. Sounds quite similar, at least.
Paimon could tell you were really bothered by something. Don't worry, you've got 2 super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you as long as you pay us a little bit of mora.
Oh, you are exactly the helpers I need. See, the problem is that the fish around a fishing spot at Araneus have just all up and vanished recently.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I had planned to go and investigate the area right away.
But why not? Why haven't you done that already?
Right, but unfortunately, as the representative of the Fishing Association, there are a few other errands that I absolutely have to run, so...
You're putting it on us. No worries.
So, you'd like us to investigate the spot for you?
Exactly, you're right on the Mora. So I thought I could delegate this work to you. Are you two some kind of prophets, knowing exactly what I was going to say like that? Or maybe like the oracles you read about in fairy tales?
No, we already told you, we're just adventurers. We do a lot of commissions like these, so we could guess, what you were about to say.
Yeah, we're just really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'll get a good night's sleep knowing the two of you are on the case.
But don't we just need to investigate the missing fish? It really doesn't sound too difficult.
Yeah, I don't know what could be the hiccup with this, honestly.
No, you mustn't let your guard down. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I have good reason to believe that the fish have gone missing due to an encounter with the water imps.
Water imps? I have definitely not heard of that. What's a water imp?
Yes, you're both Outlanders, right? Our local fairy tales often speak of a terrifying underwater creature called Thelxie.
Thelxie. Okay, good to know how to pronounce it.
The story our parents would tell us was always the same. If we went to the water alone, then we'd be snatched away and eaten by a water imp called Thelxie.
A child-eating water imp? Did they tell you what it looked like?
My father would always describe it as a beautiful, multicolored snake woman, while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though, because you'd also hear other people describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance.
Guess everyone's got their own theory of what it might be.
Even though the tales vary regarding its appearance, everyone agrees that it's really dangerous. It lives in an underwater cave surrounded by pallid bones and uses its sensitive nose to track down lonely children who've lost their way. And once it finds a child, it uses its alluring singing voice to lure them into the water before swallowing them whole. Pretty terrifying, isn't it?
Sounds kind of like a siren, but mixed with, I don't know, a Drifloon from Pokemon. Because they grab children and float them away.
Sounds kind of scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After all, those kinds of stories are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
But what if the fairy tale was inspired by a real-life tale? Just like how a water vein always has a source.
Do you have any concrete evidence?
Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se, but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that sound just like he was responding to the call of a water imp?
I guess.
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water imp?
It's all hearsay, so it's hard to confirm. But still, they all say this happened on Araneus. That's no laughing matter if you ask me. Both the Opera House and the Fountain of Lucine were built there, and the sources of many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious mist, the huge tree with expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish-eps on the island can understand human language. Is it really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a terrifying water imp as well?
I guess.
Why does Paimon feel like you're pulling our leg? You're just piling on the rumors now. Still, if someone's really been hurt, then we can't just ignore the situation, right, Traveler?
Yeah, we'll go check it out. Don't worry.
Marvelous. Then I'll just mark the stretch of water on your map. Don't forget that no matter what, safety always comes first.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Please. We've dealt with gods. Come on. Some little water imp. Who cares? We'll be fine. Seriously, we think some chubby penguin apparently is gonna hurt us? Sure. We're a descender. We have the will to change the world and all of that jazz, you know? How in the world, seriously, would a penguin supposedly be able to hurt us? Unless it's giant. I really want to see what this penguin looks like in the game. Because I love penguins. They're one of my favorite animals since I was a little kid. They're so cute. I got to pet a penguin once when I was a little kid. And because we had like special kind of tickets to do that at SeaWorld when I was a little kid. And cool experience. But that's probably why I like penguins, as well as Happy Feet. I loved Happy Feet as a kid, that too.
Is this the stretch of water Delaroche was talking about? It looks really peaceful.
Yeah.
Huh? Look, there's some footprints over there.
I don't see no footprints. Oh, there they are. The footprints extended all the way into the water.
These look pretty fresh. Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if we can find anything else. Wait, did you hear something just now?
Other than you? Possibly? No. Oh, now I just heard it. Gurgling noises, yeah. Gurgling noises can be heard coming from the water, and the noises grew louder and louder. Until something emerges with a loud splash. Freminet!
What is that? Don't come any closer!
Girl, it's just Fremi! Don't be scared of Fremi.
Paimon? Traveler?
Freminet?
I'm sorry. I forgot I was still wearing this.
Freminet!
Paimon, are you okay?
Paimon nearly mistook you for a water imp. Thank goodness it was just you wearing your helmet.
Huh? A water imp?
We're investigating a water imp called Thelxie.
Thelxie, you say? How surprising.
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else is trying to investigate the water imp?
Maybe he is.
No, I think our situations are probably unrelated.
Ben, could you tell us about what's going on with you, maybe?
Sure, if that's in order. I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy. Following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
So, you made a toy penguin called Thelxie. So how long has this rumor been around? Because is it just something that Freminet ended up technically creating? Or is it an actual thing that's been around for a while and someone made this based off of the legend?
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on! Freminet, you never take commissions from other people!
Yeah, but, she made a special request. But out of respect for her privacy, I can't really talk about it.
That's okay. I understand.
It's alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessarily the water imp, though. We're primarily here to investigate the disappearance of the fish.
By the way, Paimon, hold up for 2 milliseconds. Why would you not think he's considerate whenever, like, our first interaction with him was him telling us that he would always be like, Hydro Dragon, please don't cry, but we knew he was sweet.
The fish?
Freminet nods silently and seems lost in thought after you tell him about the commission from the fishing association. Suddenly, his breath catches in his throat.
I think I may have connected the dots. These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish? Well, it was probably because of me.
Ah, gotcha.
So that's all it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Just Freminet preparing for another day of work? That's probably what I was thinking that too.
Yes, I think that's quite likely as well.
Whew. So in the end, it was just Freminet. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a hoax.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish this commission as soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back.
Don't worry about it. It was just a misunderstanding. And we'd actually be happy to help. Is there anything we can do?
Thanks for offering. But I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back.
Yeah, we're really just experienced in this kind of thing. That's all. Paimon actually is probably right.
Exactly! So if we can help you finish up your work and get the fish back, that would save us an extra trip!
Is that what you'd like to do as well?
Yeah, Paimon's right.
Huh. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there.
I'm glad we're getting to hang out with Freminet, and there's the penguin. Freminet deserves more screen time, so I'm glad he's getting it
I've
now.
stored Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple verbal commands. You can try calling his name and see if he'll come over.
He's so
Whoa,
cute!
Sounds pretty advanced! Let Paimon give it a try! Hey, Thelxie! Are you there?
Aww. He's so cute! Hi, buddy! I want to give him all the head pats. Hey, buddy, how are you doing, Thelxie? Oh, does it speak in Morse code? I wonder if someone's tried to translate this from Morse code.
So that's Freminet's version of Thelxie. It's also penguin-shaped, just like Pear.
Yeah.
Yep. Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear.
Where's Penguin Town? I don't want to go.
It's not really anywhere famous or important. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it because I want to see Penguin Town. Who wouldn't want to see a town of penguins? I don't care if it's just a little collection of penguin toys you have. I want to see it. Because I love penguins. Penguins are one of my favorite animals. I love them.
Hey, Thelxie. Nice to meet you. Do you know how to say hello?
So, Thelxie can talk? So can Thelxie talk?
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea. As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so he can't really talk to us just yet.
That's okay.
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have 2 other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
He's so cute. Wanna squish him?
That doesn't sound too hard. And what's the other thing?
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
Why does the robot need a weapon?
A weapon? Will Thelxie have to fight?
Mm-hmm. Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend. It's a part of my employer's request.
Okay, hold up. What story? Is this some sort of side quest that I missed out on?
What an imaginative employer! Naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
Aww. Why can't I have him as my companion? He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I wish he was like a pet for us. Like that he could walk around with us or something. That would be so cute. Like just waddle along at our side, eat along the ground. That would be... No, I love it.
Whoa, Thelxie just said something again! Could he understand what we were just talking about?
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard. That sounds like something we can do here in the camp.
Sounds good. The motherboard is on my workbench, so please follow me. Ah, here we go. I have this testing manual, so feel free to reference it if you get stuck. Want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Okay. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out.
Am I gonna have to do the minigame, or...? I guess so. Can I talk to you, buddy? Ooh, he's so cute. I'm gonna grab whatever this is. Oh. I can't grab it, but I can read it. Thelxie Development Log 1. Attempted to install a language output module for Thelxie. The output signal will use a similar cipher to the one used by the House of the Hearth. The benefits are twofold. Not only does the warehouse, the House of Hearth, already have many spare old motherboards, this approach will also make the language module compatible with the diving helmet's transcription module, allowing for quick and easy transcription and testing. As for the offset of the cipher, it will just be set to 1 for convenience. So is that giving hints for, like, fans to translate something? I'd imagine. Thelxie Development Log 2. I've hit a snag. I had planned to apply for a transcription module to use for Thelxie, and it would have been the same one as the one used in the diving helmet, but the warehouse is out of stock. Seems like I'll have to make one from scratch using the one I have as a reference. I'll start looking into it, but it's unclear if I have enough time. What do you have to say, buddy? What do you have to say? You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh my gosh. I wish I could give him head pats. I really want to talk to him more. Ooh, here's another one. I've already spent more time than planned on the transcription module. The work on Thelxie's main body will be affected if I keep at this. I'll have to put it on hold. Although the diving helmet can still be used to decipher Thelxie's output signal, it'll probably be unintelligible to everyone else. What a pity. I'm sorry for not being able to give you a voice, Thelxie. Oh, our boy Freminet feels bad, but he couldn't finish it for now. He's so cute. I love him. Can we please find a way to give him a voice? I want to help out. Freminet get a little sweet buddy a voice. Seems to be a dose of medicine left behind by someone. There's a label on the bottom of the container with the word Destry written on it. Destry? I don't think I've heard of that anywhere. Alright, well I guess I gotta do the mini game now. Fremi?
Please give the testing a try. The motherboard's on the table there.
Don't worry, I'm getting at it, bud. Okay, so left click and drag to assemble a circuit. Okay, that's... After completing the circuit, press space to begin operations. Oh, I just have to make a circuit that he can go through. Sure thing. That's easy. Please, that's easier than the stuff that I did all the time as a kid for coding. Not that it was actual coding that I did as a little kid. It was more like, you know, the block coding that you could use to try and show how to run those sort of things, you know.
You're doing well. Just as I expected.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before, you know.
I definitely have in real life.
Then let's move on to the underwater part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after colorful shells and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much experts now.
Okay, that's good. Just let me know if you ever feel uncomfortable. I'll make sure to stay right by your side.
Aw, thank you. He's so sweet. And also, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but his hat looks like a penguin, like the brim or whatever you want to call it is the penguin's beak. And the little buttons are the eyes. It's so cute. I still wish we could have gotten Freminet, like, just in a diving suit, actually, because, like, that outfit that he's wearing, right, like, in the actual stuff, you know, his actual canon look, he would probably, like, have a pretty good chance of drowning in it, because as it's probably cotton, and just, like, cotton is not something that you want to wear whenever you're swimming, especially diving, if possible. Well, because it can get very heavy very quickly, and he's got some very thick, bulky clothing on. So it's just like, oh gosh, you're setting that poor boy up to drown. Give him something lighter that's actually meant for the water.
It should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search.
Like, they really could have just given him a similar design to what he has in the Final Feast, or whatever you call it, like 2D trailer that we got before Fontaine came out.
We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection waves in the water to help us with all kinds of underwater exploration and excavation efforts.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Here, Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
Inscribed shell. Full fathom 5 Thelxie lies. Of his bones are coral made. What? The heck? What the heck does that mean? I don't want to miss any special things like that, but I guess the game wouldn't hide anything too badly. Over here, I guess. Why would Thelxie lie? Like, Thelxie is just a robot, and we can't even understand it, so it can't lie.
Alright, these should be enough. Let's head back to camp. Thank you for staying out here with me all this time.
Oh, Fremi's so sweet, my goodness. But just... are there any other seashells? I don't want to miss any lore, because you never know whenever one of these things, one of these events, could come back and be, like, extremely important for something. Oh, I can teleport to Freminet's camp. Nice. Probably because the event minigame's here, out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, who are you? Zuria Destry. Is that his client? Was she singing? Because I couldn't hear it. Well, that voice acting came in like 20 seconds too late.
Ah, Freminet, you're back. I thought you might have been out diving.
I'm sorry, Madame Destray. I must have kept you waiting. I can report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor. And these two are...
Friends of his.
Oh, they're two of my trustworthy companions. They're here to help me work on Thelxie.
Yes, I see. I suppose it's only natural for someone responsible like you to have some reliable friends.
It's really nice to meet you, Madame Destray. Are you Freminet's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings, my new friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
I guess Paimon is kind of like a fairy, but why me?
Oh, do you really think so?
Do I look like a fairy too? Guess I'll take that as a compliment. But she does kind of remind me of Tinkerbell a tiny bit.
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps. And I wouldn't have had to trouble Freminet here with this commission.
Obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah, so you don't know anything about my request yet? I would have thought Freminet had explained it to you already.
Well, Freminet told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
I see. So Monsieur Freminet is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history. But it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
Sure, no problem.
Sure, you can tell us anything. You've already said nice things about us, so we'll try our best to help you get through your troubles.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water. My child is rather special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
There's always that one kid who likes the villain or something like that, thinks they're cool or whatever, or thinks the monster is like, sounds like it. They actually aren't that scary at all.
Infatuated? With a water imp? What a brave soul.
Yes. He told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Aww. That kid sounds so sweet, but yeah, you probably do need to stop whatever this whole thing, because he could get hurt or drown.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old.
Loneliness syndrome, is that a real thing, actually?
Mm-hmm. It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many mundane activities. The syndrome is probably what made him so determined to become friends with the water imp.
I feel like that could be possible, but I'm not for sure if that's at least what we would call it in the real world.
Oh no. Is it a very serious disorder?
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the traveler now.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
Yes, we know you're talkative, Paimon. That's funny, it's kind of breaking the fourth wall, I like it.
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son, but since the disorder is rare, there aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately, such as uncontrollable delusions.
That's not good.
Huh? Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
Then what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
Once upon a time, there was a splendid and magnificent underwater kingdom of water imps on the Thelxie plain, 500 feet beneath the surface. Countless lovely water imps lived in houses made of rainbow shells and coral, tending to sea animals during the day and singing between fields of golden tidalga during the night. Everyone led a carefree and blessed lives until the day of the iridescent parade, the important festival during which the new king would be crowned. Before the festival, all the water imps would select the most precious pearl they owned, wrap it in golden branches and leaves, and offer it to their most beloved prince. And during the day of the parade, the prince would cross a rainbow bridge made from all of the offered shells and accept the crown from his father amid the applause of his subjects. Finally, the new king would bless everyone with his well wishes. And as for the prince's name, it's none other than Thelxie.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie. It's like a beautiful dream.
Yeah, it sounds like something I would have made up whenever I was a little kid. Not that I would have thought it was true, but that I definitely would have come up with a story like that whenever I was younger. I liked writing fantasy stories even if they didn't make a whole lot of sense, sometimes. Oh, finally got someone in the chat. Hello, Charles. How are you doing? And you've already finished this quest? Oh well. I'm glad that you're able to make it through this quest. I think it's ending soon. I can't remember when. I didn't remember to look, but I know it's ending soon, so good thing you already got through it.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see, The story ended with a twist.
The day of the brain not working. The day of the iridescence parade came as expected, but countless monsters also arrived alongside the prince. The monsters were evil and cruel, and they struck fear into the water imps' hearts. The water imps, adept at singing as they were, could not defend themselves against the monsters, so the kingdom fell, the king was killed, and the water imps were locked behind bars. The rainbow bridge lost its color and crumbled away. The prince was barely able to escape with the help of a mysterious masked individual, but he had already lost everything, and could only spend his days singing mournful songs. The prince was barely able to escape with the help of mysterious... Who in the world is a mysterious masked individual? And just as the prince sang out of loneliness, so could his song only be heard by similarly lonely children.
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
What do you mean?
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved or stood for.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusions. Then we have to help him snap out of it.
Alas, most of the time he acts as if he can no longer sense or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy.
Guide his fantasy?
He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world. But since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book. If we could use this book as a breakthrough for his condition... Here, you can take a look.
Ah! So Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin. Oh, he looks so sad.
So you think if you finish the story, he'll snap out of it?
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book. However, we'll lead the story to a different ending. One where the Water Imp Prince is eventually able to restore his kingdom with the help of his friends. We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
Gotcha. I guess I can see that possibly working.
But if we just need to finish the picture book, why does Freminet need to make a Thelxie as well?
Maybe so that he can differentiate once if we snap him out of it, that Thelxie isn't him?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie, and help him regain his crown and country. But my child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Freminet here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
So we're doing this also so that you can have something to paint more easily. You really couldn't just go out on the adventure yourself and then just imagine what the penguin looked like than having the real one in front of you? I guess some people can't draw without a reference, which 100% of the time, which I definitely need references, but I can go decently off my own brain, especially with cartoony creatures like that, but I guess I'm not one to judge.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son! I'm starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Salacia Plains. I've already asked Freminet to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, oh, A brave journey through the kingdom of water imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll count as chasing away the monsters in the water imp kingdom, right?
I'd imagine.
Sadly, no. We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously. And the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's happening is real.
Okay, I don't get why, but sure. Why not? Let's do that, I guess. And I don't know. Oh, I guess we're playing pretend today.
So we'll be playing it straight? Or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
We've got this. We're used to doing this kind of stuff. After all, we've done plenty of things with Fischl.
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son. We can just see this as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer, because he's so enamored with his dream.
Zuria.
Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my son.
Okay, so then why do we need to not be anxious at this very moment? Because he's not here, for Pete's sake.
We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
What does convalesce mean? Hold up, time to bring up Google. Define convalesce. Convalesce, recover one's health and strength over a period of time after an illness or operation. So he's just recovering. Okay, you could really have used something a little simpler than fancy old English.
Understood. There's also one last thing. Since these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelxie. I estimate that he should be ready sometime tomorrow.
That's great news. I must thank you all. With that in mind, how about we meet here in 2 days' time to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps?
Sounds good to me.
All right, everyone. Let's meet again in another 2 days.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Freminet, do you think her plan will work out?
Let's discuss that over by the tent. There were a few things that I didn't bring up because the Madame was here.
Okay. Well, at least I get to see the little penguin buddy again because of it. Hi! Hello! Gosh, I need him as a pet. He's so cute.
What is it, Freminet? What did you want to say?
If you don't mind me asking, I would like the two of you to mentally prepare yourselves.
Mentally prepare ourselves for what?
This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
Well, yeah, you can only do what you can do, so... Yeah, I get that. It's fine. No worry, Freminet. We'll be ready.
Freminet, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
True, but we gotta be prepared for the possibility that it might not work.
It's not that I'm not optimistic. It's just...
You know this illness really well? Like maybe you have it?
like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Freminet, don't tell Paimon that you also...
Does he also have it?
No. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just seen many cases of it at the House of the Hearth, back when we lived under the previous director.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't think he seems delusional, so I don't think he had it, but I was wondering. They were kind of leading towards that direction.
They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind, to environmental factors, and even ley line disorder effects. Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains.
Like Orabashi, maybe? I wonder if any of those would be around here. I heard that there's one, like, in the Melazine area, but I can't imagine that this kid would go down there, so... I don't know if the kid could have come in contact with that, but maybe there's just one little random speck of it, I don't know.
And from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst cases, the patient could even pass away.
What? It could get that serious? And here Paimon thought they'd just stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst case scenario, I would prefer that you back out right now. I don't want you to help only to feel like you failed.
Don't worry, I've seen all kinds of strange and difficult things in life. So, we'll be fine. After all, we've lost Tepe, and then we lost old Silver Maloose. We've lost a decent amount of people. Well, we're used to it at this point. Not that it gets any easier.
Yeah, that's right. Paimon's seen all of those things too. No matter how hard it might get, we won't be scared.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Exactly.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To harbor a fantasy means that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's allowed his dream kingdom to fall is because he's lost control of his heart. But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world. Like helping someone who's lost their voice be able to speak again.
Why does this feel very Persona?
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Freminet?
I think he already said that he's worked with people who have this disorder.
Well, maybe because I have also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of fantasy worlds.
So, the penguin town you mentioned was a fantasy world you created? Aw. Well, maybe you could describe it to me sometime, because I'd love to doodle it, maybe.
So you remembered.
I remember a lot of things.
What penguin town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that also a fairy tale world? Don't leave Paimon in the dark!
Explain it to her so that I can doodle this down later, because I want to draw a penguin town. Suddenly, Freminet pulls out a diving helmet and puts it on his head.
Hey, why did you put that on?
It's just one of my personal quirks. Please pay it no mind.
No worries. We've all got something that makes us comfortable sometimes, you know? So, go for it, my dude.
Anyway, Penguin Town is a peaceful place with lots of penguin residents. They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Well, I often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him. So it's not so much that I made Pear, as Pear chose me as his friend.
Aw, that's cute.
Freminet, are you sure you're not losing control of your fantasies as well?
I think he's just, you know, living in the childlike mindset, and that's okay. It can help out, I know from experience.
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere.
Yeah. Even if it's just in your head, it still exists. And as long as you can differentiate the difference, you're good, bud.
It might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Specific times? Like when you put on your diving helmet?
Yeah. That's the general idea of it.
Really? I just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something.
Yeah, I get that. I used to like diving in a pool as a kid, you know. Oh, yeah, I can honestly agree with that sentiment, even if I couldn't hold my breath for long. With a few seconds that you're down underneath the water, it's quite serene.
I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some truly wondrous things, as if a fairy tale has become reality. It's almost like a sort of miracle.
Really? Like a miracle?
Now I want to try on your helmet too.
Well, if that's in order.
Yep, that's in order.
Hey, now's not the time! Freminet still has Thelxie's weapon to make. We don't want to bother him now.
Aw, man.
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Paimon. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to try my helmet. Thanks for all of your help. I'll be off for now. Let's meet up here again in 2 days.
Alright, but you better let me wear your helmet another time. Gosh darn it. I think it sounds cool to try it on. Well, that's part 1 complete. Oh, this is cool. That is such a cool opening for the quest menu. This is so cute and aww. They really put a lot of effort into this one. And the music is so sweet. This artwork is so cute. And it moves around with your mouse. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Wait until 2 days later? Alright, I'll walk over here so I don't trigger the cutscene as soon as I get out of the menu. But just, oh my gosh, this is such for something that probably doesn't have that much, like, relevant lore to it, they have put a lot of effort into this quest, honestly. And just bravo for that, like, but just, like, I wish these quests sometimes could stay around for more than just a limited event, you know?
Days finally come to meet up with Zuria. Let's head over to Freminet's camp right away!
Alright. How you doing, peeps?
Is your child feeling any better?
Thank you for your concern, Freminet. His condition is fairly stable. The family doctor said we might be able to take him out for a stroll today.
Zuria, Freminet, we're here!
Seems like everyone's arrived now.
Not quite. Aren't we missing someone? But Paimon has a guess where he might be.
Thelxie, he was in the tent.
Hey, Thelxie!
I was wondering why one of his flippers had a hook in it or something, you know? But not on the other side, because it was meant to hold the sword and then the other side the shield.
Whoa! Thelxie's got himself a sword and a shield now. He's looking sharp.
Yep, but see, that's what I was talking about, that little hook on the side on the one hand, because it's not on the other, but it was there to hold the sword. It's cute.
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thelxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself, Freminet.
Such a cute little penguin prince.
We helped you!
Yes, you really had a good eye for materials. Everything you found was high quality. Speaking of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, could I also trouble you with finding some materials for the crown?
We get to make a crown for this cute little penguin. Oh, it's like an emperor penguin, man. Cute little pun, I like it. Yes, I'd be happy to, for penguin puns.
You can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins. I was planning to collect the materials myself, but then I realized you might be able to find some prettier ones than what I could get my hands on.
Consider it done.
Seems like everything's ready to go. Shall we head out?
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking. Since Thelxie has already shown us his brand new appearance, we may already be able to draw a new page in the picture book. What do you think?
Sure, like he's gearing up for his next stage or whatever, for him to go retake his kingdom.
Ooh, Paimon's excited now.
What should we draw on the page?
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference? Just make the atmosphere a bit less grim.
A little bit more hopeful, yeah.
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff? Sounds great to Paimon.
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work. Now, as far as the actual content of the drawing, please tell me what you'd like to see.
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to wage war against the darkness.
Okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends. Thelxie's got some friends by his side now, so he's no longer fighting alone.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. After our conquest, we needed something wholesome like this.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions. Anything else?
Don't forget to add some color.
Color. Ah, color, yes, that's really important. The road in front of him now will no longer be just grayscale, but bursting with color and hope.
For someone who says she's not a very good artist, I'd say this is quite nice. You could probably sell little children's books very easily with illustrations like this.
Who would have thought the page could have become so inspiring? How wonderful! Splendid ideas, everyone.
Great! Everyone looks super pumped up. Thelxie most of all.
Hopefully we get this picture book, because it's cute.
Are you seeing this, my son? Are you feeling inspired by this as well?
She called the penguin her son. It's cute. I like it.
I'm sure he is, Zuria. And this is still just the first page.
That's right! Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should finish it as soon as possible and keep up the belief and hope in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look forward to it as well. So let's get the show on the road and head towards the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Yeah. I love these kind of like serendipitous adventures, you know? They're just it feels so childhood nostalgic of just simple fairy tales your mom might have told you, you know?
Yay! Thelxie's fantastic adventures begin now!
After some time, you arrive at the shore above the underwater Kingdom of Water Imps. Alright, well, I guess we gotta go diving now. Come on, let me dive. There we go, finally, thank you. I just love the underwater areas in this game. I think everyone can agree. These underwater areas are just gorgeous.
Look! Those are materials that we can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Freminet.
I used to go hunting for shells a lot whenever me and, like, my mom would go walking on the beach whenever I was younger and stuff. We loved making sand castles. My goodness, that kind of makes me want to go back to the beach, actually. Those are pearls that were in his eyes. Nothing of his bones that do fade. What in the world are these shells meaning? And why are they here?
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best materials. We shouldn't need anything else to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Alright, I'll grab that while I'm here, because we might need it. Never know when there might be monsters.
Is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead?
I'd imagine. Alright, well, go on in and... okay. Assistant? Oh, is he gonna help us fight? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun. Let's just go with my regular main team. Because that way I won't get hurt or anything. I won't have to make the penguin sad that I'm dying with my other team. Because we won't even need healing. We'll be good. My other teams, they need healing. Zhongli on this team, however, you don't need any healing. Zhongli is solid with that protection.
So these are the underwater ruins that Freminet found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining.
This is the Kingdom of Water Imps, Paimon, not ruins.
Oh, yeah, Paimon knows. It's just... Paimon thought we'd actually see a fairy tale world. Like with the water imps' colorful houses and the rainbow bridge.
Well, it's okay. We're doing the best we can, alright? And who knows, we might actually see that with the power of friendship.
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some decorations, but ran out of time to do it by myself.
It's okay. It's fantasy time now. Make believe. Use your imagination.
Whoa, someone's already switched into fantasy mode.
Seems like the travelers already got the gist of things. You should do your best too, Paimon.
Don't underestimate Paimon. Paimon can flip the switch too. Now entering Paimon fantasy mode! Ahem. Young adventurers, 'tis Paimon, guardian goddess of this land. State your goals and intentions for visiting this nation.
Freminet, we're supposed to play along. Come on.
We are the companions of Prince Thelxie, your Divine Highness. We have come to help him reclaim the glory that he has lost.
Oh, reclaiming your glory? Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has lost?
Is this supposed to be like a reference to that old story about someone dropped something in a pond or whatever, and the fairy comes out and asks like what you dropped in, you know? Oh, and if you're honest, you get that it was just a normal thing, but you get all the gold, silver, and bronze and whatever. But if you're dishonest, you lose everything.
Huh?
Did you break character, Paimon?
Not at all! This is the goddess's test! Ahem. From your responses, the goddess has concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your hearts. As such, you are worthy of everyone's respect. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow all 3 types of glory upon you. And as for this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory, so your future will always be filled with light.
Someone's happy.
My gratitude to your Divine Highness for such generous blessings. Power is now surging through every part of my body.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration of legend?
All thanks to the power of Goddess Paimon.
Ahem. Now, adventurers, forge bravely ahead and defeat the monsters that have taken over the kingdom. You will be sure to find that which you seek.
We're here in a battle stance, and the other two are just like, yeah, let's continue onward. Use Prince Thelxie's water imp Chanson to defeat opponents more easily. After using the skill, Thelxie must charge up before using it again. Oh.
Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just ahead are some evil enemies that have invaded the kingdom of water imps. They're called...
Those accursed enemies are back again. Your Highness, please show them what you're made of.
Solidify!
Come on, we can get him.
Oz, reveal thyself!
He flies Hydra to them, that's cute.
Still.
We're under attack again. It's a Lawitcher of the deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His Highness is so strong now that even a Diviniture of the deep would pose no threat to him.
Oh, we've got Freminet on our team, I didn't realize.
Frost is coming! Going under! Getting here! Frost is coming!
Yeah, you're not doing much for me.
Cascade!
Why am I doing this all wrong?
Get them!
Just use that. There we go.
It's finally over. So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the kingdom of water imps?
Yes, it should now be time for us to attend Thelxie's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, I didn't expect this to go so smoothly. I thought it would have taken longer for us to reach the heart of the ruins. It was my mistake. I should have told Freminet earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong! We just eradicated all the monsters in one go!
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once I've made the crown.
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time. And you too, Thelxie, my child.
Why do you keep on calling Thelxie your child? It's cute, but it's like, it's not your kid, I guess. Maybe since your child sees himself as Thelxie, so... I don't know. You go, buddy.
Thelxie's turning out to be a real expert at fighting!
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like a true prince now.
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back to camp for now. I asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I want to make the crown as soon as possible.
We can add an update to Thelxie's fantastic adventures as well! Now that we've reclaimed the Kingdom of Water Imps, it's time for us to draw some new scenes in the picture book!
This is really sweet. I'm loving this. Even if it's simple, I'm liking this. This is just... I've got a smile plastered from ear to ear the whole time. This is so charming and cute. I'm glad I'm doing this on stream. I was considering not because I heard it wasn't lore heavy, but I'm glad it did.
Zuria and Freminet, why don't we draw the new pages first? Paimon really wants to update the picture book.
You just want to see someone draw Goddess Paimon.
Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. Then in that case, the story today should go something like this. After overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thelxie and his brave companions finally arrived at the entrance to the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just noticed. She's wearing a mask. So she's the masked individual who saved Thelxie on the way out and to, like, leave the kingdom while it was being invaded by the monsters. Well, that's an interesting little touch. I like that.
At this time, the little fairy in the group, Paimon, revealed her true goddess form to her companions.
Woohoo! The goddess has arrived! She praised the companions for their purity, and to reward them, she bestowed upon them many blessings, and even prayed that the prince would be able to fulfill his goal.
Bathed under the goddess's glory, the prince and his companions charged into the bastion of evil, chased away the monsters, and rescued the pretty water imps from their imprisonment. The prince finally managed to reclaim his kingdom. But as for the crown...
Oh no, the crown isn't ready yet!
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up, and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to reclaim the crown the next time they fight. The brilliant rainbow shall descend onto the kingdom once more.
Nice, good way to spin it.
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it all happening now! Whoa, the pages are beautiful! Zuria is really talented at drawing.
Yeah, I don't know what she was talking about the other day.
Thank you, everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. Thelxie's journey is one step closer to its end, and the promised coronation. My child, you'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes, right?
I love this little penguin, he's so cute.
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good news for you when you get back home today.
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh, Freminet, about the time you'll need for the crown.
Please don't worry. One day should be more than enough.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our final adventure, okay?
Sounds good to me.
And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
time we start heading off too? You've still got some work to do, right, Freminet?
Yeah. I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown. I want to try out a few different designs and choose the one that looks the best.
Freminet's really dedicated to this.
Yeah. Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated once you're on the job.
Well, maybe he's just dedicated to a specific cause. He did say that he'd known people who had this disorder, so maybe he feels a common heartstring being tugged. I don't know.
Well, about that, it might be because...
Because what?
It's because... I hope...
Oh, he's blushing. He's so cute.
What's the matter? And what's with that look on your face? You're turning red, and it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again.
Am I turning red?
Don't tease Freminet, Paimon.
Alright. We won't bother you anymore for today, Freminet. Let's see each other in 2 days' time.
Okay. Thank you. See you in 2 days.
See ya.
I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Oh, he's so sweet. I don't know who's cuter. Is sweet Munchkin Fremi or the penguin Thelxie? Oh, that's so cool looking. Man, I'm gonna be sad when this quest is done soon. Hello, little buddy. I really wish we could actually talk, but I'm content with this. He's so cute. I need you as a pet just to follow me. Like, why can't you just follow me around forever? Like, seriously, just like, I walk around, you be my new Paimon. You be my new Paimon. I still like Paimon, but you'd be, oh my gosh, I'd love having him, Thelxie is my little Paimon, just following me around. Just constantly just waddling behind me. And you know, with those little wings, you could glide too, little buddy. You could just glide along with me whenever I would glide around. He could just spread out his wings while I'm gliding and follow me. Gosh, I need that as a pet in this game. It would be so cute. But it probably won't happen. Yeah. Because that's probably not possible. Anyway, let's go 2 days from now because we gotta advance the plot of this. I imagine the quest will end soon and this shall be sad because I'm enjoying this little penguin buddy. I'll probably want to have my own little penguin buddy. Don't be surprised if at some point, like, I do doodles of this little penguin and post it on my Twitter because he's so cute.
Today's the final day of Thelxie's fantastic adventures. Let's go find Freminet at his camp.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look, he's raring to go, walking around. Freminet's clapping for him. Oh my gosh. You go, little buddy. You're gonna fight. Hey, you're gonna fight the darkness. You'll do it. Oh, that's so cute, just the two of them interacting. Him just jumping around and Fremi clapping for him. That's so cute. I don't want to stop this. It's adorable. Aww. You're just like, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? That's what you do whenever you got like a little kid or a pet walking around. Alright, I gotta stop this. Oh, and he waved at me. Hello. Hello, Thelxie.
Hey, Freminet! Thelxie! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, Traveler.
Hello, Thelxie. I want to give him all the hugs and squish him as tight as I can, even if he is metal.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now. She hasn't arrived yet.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Isn't that the lady that we talked to for our commission?
Oh, and speaking of...
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Let me guess, she's gonna freak out when she sees Thelxie.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Freminet. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Huh? Freminet diving? No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account.
What?
What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
I have no clue what it is, but it's not a water imp's work. I don't think water imps exist, but that's a little freaky and sounds like he was trying to drown himself.
Are you sure?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut Destray.
What? Wait, don't tell me that that lady's son has been dead this whole time and that's why she's been calling the penguin her son. She's not doing this because he needed help with his delusions. She's doing it to get closure. Oh, gosh.
Wait, let's go to Stray?
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
Well, I know where she went. She's right up that hill.
It can't be, right? Lescaut Destray? Zuria Destray? It must be some sort of a coincidence?
Seems like we need to pay a visit to the Destray house.
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
This is probably gonna get even more, like, extremely depressing. Like, extremely... Oh, use the teleport point. I was wondering if there was one closer, but it's right there. Gosh, this is gonna be sad, ain't it? I was hoping it was gonna stay wholesome, but apparently not. Really, Hoyo? Really? After we got the gut punch that was last Archon quest? The final one? Act 5, you know, Masquerade of the Guilty? Really? You need to give us another one? Couldn't you have just kept it wholesome and then Boyo, who just happily lives happily ever after and yay, the end. Nothing sad. Nothing sad. Just...
Excuse us. Is anyone here? Is this Madame Destray's place?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
Who is the patient?
This is the residence of Zuria Destry, and I am Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends, by any chance?
Oh gosh, I was wondering if maybe she had gotten the same disorder because of her son dying. But now it's confirmed. Good lord. And she's delusional that her son is still alive. This is even sadder by the second.
Oh. So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a handle on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic. But you're saying
she's delusional. She's been putting on a mask this whole time. Gosh darn it, Hoyo, why do you have to gut punch us every time? Seriously, can't we just have a 100% wholesome, sweet, no sad event? Like, seriously, can we stop getting gut punched every patch, every event, please? In some way, shape, or form?
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Then all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although, they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
So, how is Zuria now?
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old house of the hearth and the children who lived in it. Those patients and what their doctors said back then. What if... Dr. Jalacan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about before? Well, it's worth a shot. I'll go get the book.
And now it kind of makes sense now that I think about it. If you think about it and you look at the story, then, like, the little storybook, remember how they mentioned that, like, the masked figure was the one to save the sun before it, or like, everything went into all heck and while the monsters were attacking, and then she was in the background with the mask. It's probably because she wants to make sure that in the story she's there by her son's side, or Thelxie's side. Gosh, why does this game have to be so sad?
Yes, this is it.
We still need to finish the adventures, we still need to finish the adventure in the picture book.
That's right. If what Dr. Jalacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria, so we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality. Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again.
We'll have to give it a try.
There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
But wait, hold on. Now that I think about it, who are we gonna have draw the stuff? Is she gonna come along with us? We need to draw all that, and none of us can draw. What does this inscribed shell say? The sea goddess hath rung his knell. Ding dong, hark! Now I hear them ding dong bell. What the heck are these shells? I don't know what they mean. They feel important, but they don't mean anything to my brain cells. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Ah, out here. But like, what do those mean? Like, they tingle the lore or side of my brain, the lore figuring outside my brain, but I can't relate them to anything. Like, they don't feel like they should just be flavor text. They're too specifically, like, that doesn't feel like something you'd put in for flavor text. Like, it sounds delusional, but at the same time it's just like, okay, the delusions sound important. Like they have some other meaning. So what is it? Alright, well I guess let's do this again. Thelxie, you'll be my assistant again. My cute little assistant.
We're here again. This is the final part of Thelxie's journey, but the most important person is missing.
Are you sad too now?
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
Zuria. It should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure.
Yeah.
And then she'll be able to recover, right, everyone?
Yeah. I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Oh. Be careful, brave adventurers. Here come the evil monsters that stole the crown. They're... the deep-sea Cyclops. Let's see.
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear. Prince Thelxie looks stronger than ever today. He must be going all out.
Good job, Thelxie. Keep doing it. I really don't know how to use Freminet, so I'll just let him be.
Right? We'll reclaim the crown for you now, Your Highness. Oz, reveal.
Careful, Thelxie.
Be still.
I'll protect you. Nah, you don't need protecting. You got this.
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends, and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you'd think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
Gosh, he's going delusional.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is still on schedule. Your friends have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yeah, look, your little prince is here.
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place. Because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
What do you think? His coronation.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Freminet, and... Huh? Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment, the person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother.
Oh.
Surya walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
I was wondering why the crown was floating there the whole time. They could have waited until they put her into the picture, but that's okay.
That's the end of the story, Zarya.
And he's wearing his crown now. He's so cute.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again.
I want someone to translate all the Morse code. Oh, you know what? I'll do it. It would in post edit.
Maman loves you too.
Well, if I can translate it.
What's happening? Is Zarya talking to Thelxie?
What is Thelxie saying, Freminet?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand what Thelxie's saying.
Freminet walks up to you and pulls out his diving helmet before placing it on your head. This looks cool, that diving mask. It already looks like you're underwater without it even being underwater. And the bubbles, yeah, it does. There's no transcription. Oh, I love you, Mama. That's so cute. So that's what Thelxie's saying.
Maman loves you too.
But I love you more, Mamo.
Oh, is this Ghost Bear? Wait, what's this? Is this Ghost Bear?
What? Did you see something?
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing something here.
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy. If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me again?
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will always hum for you.
Aw, she's trying so hard to hold it together.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps.
This is so cute. Why do you have to make me cry like this? Oh, I'm gonna start crying if this doesn't stop. And it's playing the tune that she was humming in the background. Oh my gosh. Ah!
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
What's happening now? 3 days later at Freminet's camp.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Freminet! Why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Me too.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks, and she sounded full of energy as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit. But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness.
Oh. Oh, that's so sweet.
Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
So does she know what's happened now? Or at least, well, at least she knows that he's gone because he had to go back to his kingdom, so she's technically come to terms with what's happened, even if it's not exactly what happened.
That's wonderful! So it wasn't bad news after all.
Mm-hmm. Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If, at some point in the future, you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to us?
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original. It's extremely important to her.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Well, but you can still send a message that you need to hear.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she was filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't matter.
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
So perhaps fantasy is not just fantasy after all.
But what else could it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That has to be what happened. You saw it too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
But that can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Well, miracles can happen. Even if they're crazy. Even if no one else believes them. They can happen.
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
What he said is his helmet and Rainbow Bridge. Aw. Gosh darn it, Hoyo. Can't you have one quest where I'm not gonna blow my eyes out more recently? Ah. And you see the picture book. It's so cute. Where would that be? Quest items. Hoyo, you better never take any of these quest items out of my inventory. There. There it is. It's so, so cute and pretty. I love the art style of it. It's really... It reminds me of those old, like sketch pads, you know, the ones that are covered in black paint, but whenever you take like a toothpick to it, it'll reveal like a rainbow, like underneath where you scratch. I used to do a few art things with things like that. It was hard to make something cool looking, but if you could, it was great. But what is this medicine that he has here? Seems to be a dose of medicine left. Oh, so this was Destre's. I wonder, is this a real medicine? Solamenaline. How is it again? No, spell it correctly. Align. It helps me remember whenever I say it like that. No, that's not how I... No, there's the only thing I can find of that is for the Genshin things. Well, here's something on the right. It says loneliness disorder, or from Freminet's new event. Almost sounds like schizophrenia for children. Did someone mention the medicine in this Reddit page? The Chinese text is this, which is a direct reference to Prozac, an antidepressant in real life. Okay, so it's a Chinese, in the Chinese translation, it's a antidepressant. Ouch. That's what it was. I should have looked it up sooner. Why or try to figure out what it was, but I didn't want to find spoilers, so I was just like, you know what, let's just leave it be. Hey, but because I thought maybe it'd reveal it to us, but guess looking that up helped us out. I'll figure out what that was eventually. But I guess that's it for this quest. I want to look at something real quick, not fair, in the event quest thing. So I can get the penguin as a furnishing. As much as I'd want to have it as companion, that's a close second, so I'll take it. I just want to have that penguin follow me around, it would be so cute. But that's the end of this quest today, guys. Sorry if this was a short one, but after the Archon quest, I think it's okay. That was a pretty long and crazy Archon quest, so something that's a little simpler, I'll take it. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you did enjoy this live stream, or VOD depending on when you're watching this, please leave a like and subscribe if this is in the future. Maybe leave a comment that you did. It helps out with, you know, a logarithm stuff to have more interactions. And if you're subscribing and you haven't already, also hit the bell to get notifications whenever I upload a new video or do a live stream. You can also check out my Twitter, bumper_YT. I post artworks, notifications over there as well for streaming and such. And also for notifications of my plans for live streaming. I also post those on my community tab. Sorry, it's very disjointed how I word this stuff, but I'm still trying to figure out how to say it to best let you guys know what I'm doing. But anyway, I'll see you guys in whatever I'm doing next, which will probably be in another 2 weeks, I think, or next week, I'm not for sure, but either way, it's for the Overwatch Winter event starting up on, I believe, the 5th, yeah. Yeah, we'll have all that good stuff for Overwatch Season 8. But hopefully I'll see you guys in whatever I'm doing next. But until then, this is Bumper, signing off. Bye guys.